Welcome to the Lions Den. I'm Keegan Fink. This episode features interviews with football and both girls and boys cross country, players and coaches. We'll be right back with football head coach Vince Nedimyer. Welcome back to the Lions Den. Let's start the show with football. We are joined once again by AAHS head football coach Vince Nedimyer. Coach, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Keegan.
To start, Coach, coming off a hard-fought loss, how do you move forward, and how important is it to keep a short memory in a sport like football?
We've been pretty honest with our guys that, the last 2 weeks have been against some pretty tough talent in our league, but nothing that we haven't been used to, over the last 6 or 7 years. We kind of now move on pretty quickly. We have 3 weeks, remaining. Kind of talked to the team yesterday about a 3-week season, and for lack of a better term, to have an opportunity to go in and play in the district championship. So that's kind of what our focus has been, but definitely have, we watch the film on Monday, and then we move on from there to our next opponent.
Little wins are very important in games like this past Saturday. What things impressed you from your team last week against Harrisburg?
We've been preaching about our defense for, a while now, and we've made some changes in terms of personnel, not necessarily who we're putting there, but just the number of plays the kids are playing. And I think that we've seen definitely an uptick in how hard that our kids have been playing, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But the things that Harrisburg did and that happened to us on Saturday, they've done that same thing to just about everybody on their schedule. So we had small goals again, pretty similar to like we did against McDevitt. I think we gave up 24 against Harrisburg in the first half, and our goal was 14, but to also try and score. But had the ball on the plus side a couple times against them, and just credit to them, they were really good on both sides of the ball, and as you asked, we're moved on now and looking to Chambersburg.
I heard the rushing defense was very good in the first half of the Harrisburg game.
Yeah, no, definitely. The kids did a nice job, and hope to build on it.
Altoona has seemed to switch from one high coverage to a 2 deep shell coverage. What does that bring to the table instead of the 1 high, and why did you guys change to it?
So I think that goes to our run defense a little bit. Switching to a 2 high shell, you get your corners down on the outside, and they can be a presence in the run game. It is determined somewhat by formation. We have automatic checks that our defensive coaches will put in depending on a formation, but it really is determined as far as whatever formation the team comes out in, and also what the team's strengths are. We think we're going to see the ball in the air a little bit more this week against Chambersburg, so you may even see some man coverage if we're trying to bring some pressure. So just really base it off of what the team likes to do. But our kids have adapted to the different calls and the different things that we expect. So hoping for the continuation of solid defensive play.
Coach, this week's a big week, not only with this being the homecoming game and lots of eyes and lots of more people watching, whether on the stream, in Mansion, but also against a rivaled foe who has lots of history with Altoona, especially with last year's game being so close down to the wire. What do you expect your team to bring in this big game?
I think we'll be ready to play. It's a home game. We've talked about getting a win at home in front of our home fans. We've played well against this group, against Chambersburg the last few years. So that in itself will be enough, motivation for them to come in and play at a high level. So we're looking to start fast and play fast from the beginning. And, I think our kids are ready to go.
One last question, Coach. If you were stranded on an island, what positional group would you want to have with you to survive?
I'd take our offensive line guys. I've always been an O-line guy. I was a skill player in high school, but I always have told our kids that, we're going to win or lose with the big guys up front. So I would probably take our up front kids for sure.
That offensive line is real reliable.
They live in the trenches, so, I think that would carry over well.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck this Friday. Thank you for joining us, Coach Nedimyer. We will sit down with 2 football players after a look at the upcoming sports schedule.
are quickly heading to the end of the fall sports season. The girls' and boys' golf and girls' tennis season have ended. The girls' soccer team travels to Selinsgrove tomorrow. The Lady Spikers are on the road Monday in Williamsport. Both the girls' and boys' cross-country teams will compete in the Tri-State Invitational on October 16th. Like the girls, boys' soccer is also in Selinsgrove tomorrow, part of a soccer doubleheader. Finally, the football team hosts Chambersburg for the annual homecoming game tonight at 7 p.m. Good luck, Lady Lions and Mountain Lions.
We are joined now by two AHS football players, Luke Geishauser and Wes Baumgartner. Welcome to the Lions Den, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Now, as a junior and a senior, how do you guys try to lead as an example on the field and in the classroom for the football team?
I would say we just try to play 100% all the time and just, do what you're supposed to be doing and just try and keep everyone in line as a team.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I think it's good to lead by example.
Luke, as an up back / running back, however you want to see it, how has the new passing game affected the way you play in this offense?
I think it's a lot more exciting, and it's working a lot better than what we did last year.
Wes, you've been getting varsity reps ever since you were just a freshman. How has your experience helped you this year?
Just being able to play through all the years, you kind of know what the conference brings. It's a tough conference, and you just know what to expect, and you just kind of just have a lot more experience coming back. So it just helps with knowing what you have to do.
Does that help with the pressure of the game and the crowd?
A little bit, yeah, because you're just kind of used to it a little bit. I mean, it's still crazy, but at least you get a little more used to it than some of the people who haven't played as much.
Guys, this week is a big week with Chambersburg and the week of homecoming. How do you plan on taking care of business?
I'd say if everyone goes out and does what we need to do and just get a win, because we need another win, and it's homecoming, so obviously you want to win on homecoming as well.
Yeah.
Does it bring more of a drive trying to get that one home win that we've been trying to get?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting a win on the road is fun, but if you can win at home, that's 10 times better.
Well, one of you is a senior, one of you is a junior, so secondary education is most likely on your minds. Where do you guys plan on going? What are you looking at? Do you plan on playing football at the next level?
I'm not sure about if I'm going to go to college yet, but if I do go to college, I definitely would be looking into playing football.
I haven't really decided where I want to go yet, but I think it'd be nice to play football at the next level.
Wes, as both a defensive and offensive lineman, you seem to get overshadowed a lot. Does recognition for performance matter to you?
It's nice to get recognition, but at the end of the day, if we can have a good game and get a win, that's all that matters to me.
Luke, what has been the highlight of your season so far?
I think the highlight of my season was beating Cumberland Valley, because it really just showed that we can come together as a team and do what we have to do to win.
This question's for both of you. If you were to play a different sport, what would you play?
I don't know. Probably basketball. I used to play basketball, but that's probably the second most fun sport, but football's definitely the most fun sport for me.
Probably golf, because it just looks so fun.
If you guys were to play a different position on the field, what would it be?
I'd probably want to be like a running back or something so I can touch the ball a little bit, but,
I think it'd be cool to be a B-back, because they're like the main factor in our offense for the most part.
Big game coming up. You guys are going to get prepped and ready. What song are you going to be playing in the locker room before you guys come out there?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't get the aux? You give it to somebody else?
Yeah, we usually give it to someone else. Whatever's playing, pretty much, yeah.
All right, guys, last question. If you had to be roommates with either our offensive coordinator, Coach Camberg, or our defensive coordinator, Coach Adams, who would it be and why?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Definitely Coach Adams.
You think Coach Adams? Why Coach Adams?
Because he's really funny and he just seems chill. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Would you go with Coach Camberg, the Hogs?
Probably, yeah.
Love the Hogs.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much. Good luck this week against Chambersburg. AAHS boys cross country coach James D'Angelo and runner Seth Lieb join us right after this brief break.
Don't miss a minute of great MLTV programming like the Lions Den and live sports. Be sure to like this video and click the subscribe button below. Help us grow viewership by sharing our links and events to social media. Thanks for being an MLTV viewer.
Coach James D'Angelo serves as the boys cross country coach, and Seth Lieb is one of the best cross runners we at Altoona have to offer. Coach D'Angelo, Seth, thank you for joining the Lions Den.
You're welcome.
Coach D'Angelo, for the people at home, can you walk me through what cross country is, the way you guys function?
Of course. So if you take the endurance of a marathon and combine that with the strategy of chess, maybe throw in some mud and some hills and a team full of your best friends, that's the essence of cross country. So typically a high school cross country course is 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles, and the runners get to navigate a course that's usually marked with lines and flags and all different kinds of terrain. There's grass, there's gravel, there's even sometimes macadam, and that's cross country.
Thank you. Coach, what separates cross country from running distance in track and field?
So first thing you have to understand is, although both sports do involve running, they're two very different sports. Track is run on a 400-meter man-made oval. Cross country is run on natural terrain. You run cross country through parks, through fields. There's hills, both up and down. And like I said, you're running on all different kinds of terrain. So, and with cross country, no two courses are alike. When you go to a track meet, you're running on a 400-meter track. Every cross-country course you go to is different, and that's part of both the challenge and I think the fun of it for the runners.
Speaking of runners, Seth, how have you improved over the years, and what or who do you credit in helping you improve?
I think getting better over the years, sportsmanship has played a really big role. I think I used to be very independent, thinking of how I can get better instead of bringing others up. And I really think that putting in my effort into sportsmanship has created a better support system, others can help me as well. And going along with sportsmanship, I think that Andrew Quinn from last year, a senior, definitely helped me out. Not only getting better as a runner, but keeping a good mentality, trying to get better every day, good characteristics, how to be a good leader, and just overall how to be a better person in all aspects.
Now, Mr. D'Angelo, what made you want to coach cross country?
Probably what most coaches would say. You know, I was an athlete in high school, and I had coaches who taught me about heart and about grit. And then it was actually later on in life when I got involved in running, and that's when I really learned to push myself past that wall that involves running, and I just wanted to pass that on to to other people. So that's really was my motivating factor.
Seth, how do you prep for a long race?
I think that, in my opinion, if you know me, I love to listen to music, so trying to listen to something that will put me in a good mood, keep me upbeat, and meanwhile, thinking about my race, where I want to be during the race, how I want to do, it really helps me mentally prepare. So yeah, just trying to listen to music, trying to get in a good mindset will really help me during a race.
What is your favorite memory from cross country?
The thing I love about cross country is getting a bond with my friends on the team, and after every race we go out to eat, and I think it's a lot of fun. It's a good time with my friends, and sometimes we'll go to the outlets, and I think it's a good time to bond with your friends, and yeah, try to form like better relationships with everyone, and I think that's a lot of fun. It's a really good part about cross country.
Coach Angelo, recovery is very important in running long distances. What does a normal recovery day look like for you?
Seth might disagree with this, but we take our hard days hard and our easy days easy. It's pointless to do a hard workout if you're not going to get the recovery. However, with that being said, a recovery day in cross country does not mean a day off. So what we like to focus on is something called active recovery. Active recovery might involve a recovery run where we're running at a slower pace. Not necessarily looking to build fitness, but we're trying to increase blood flow to the muscles, trying to work out some of the toxins like lactic acid, which will aid in the recovery process. We do a lot of stretching on recovery days. Sometimes we break out the foam rollers. We've even done yoga in the past on recovery days. So we try to focus on something called active recovery.
Well, thank you guys for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Next, we talk to girls cross country coach Tabitha Quinn and runners Brionna Adams and Ashlyn Noce. But first, a look at the recent scores. Our cross-country talk continues with girls coach Tabitha Quinn and talented runners Ashlyn Noce and Brionna Adams. Welcome to the Lion's Den, guys. Coach Quinn, girls and boys cross share a schedule, but is there anything that differs between boys and girls cross-country, whether that's preparation, execution, things like that?
A lot of times people will stereotype the distant runner. However, obviously there are male and female. It's kind of comparing, boys basketball versus girls basketball. Ultimately, as they're preparing throughout the school year, throughout the summer months, the preparation's a little bit different. The endurance that they have to take on, the variability with their mental and physical attributes and physiological aspects about it are a lot different. The recovery time is different. Strength and conditioning is a little bit different.
Coach, this girls cross-country team is one of the best in the area. How have you guys been able to achieve such success?
As you know, many things at Altoona are based on tradition, and with their passion and inspiration, many teams do have that close-knit family dynamic to it, and working together as a family dynamic, they just continue building upon one season to the next. So working together is a huge inspiration for the team.
Ashlyn, Brionna, what would you say your biggest accomplishments in cross-country are?
I would say that one of my biggest accomplishments was breaking 21 minutes for the first time. I did it my sophomore season, and I just remember being so happy. It was only a few seconds from breaking 21, but I just know that it was such a goal that I wanted to have. And whenever I broke through it, I was like, okay, this is good. It made me find my love for the sport, find my passion. And I'm also a 3-year varsity, on varsity spot.
Yeah.
So I feel like I just really love it, and it helps me set more goals for myself.
I would say my biggest accomplishments are maintaining a varsity position since my freshman year, and then participating in the state meet the past 2 years, along with receiving the Altoona Mirror Athlete of the Week, now consecutively for the second year.
How do you guys prepare for races, as in pre-game or pre-race meal, music? What do you guys do for that?
The night before, I always make sure I drink 2 Gatorades. And whenever I wake up, I'm usually always so nervous. So I just I take a few deep breaths and I'm like, okay, just get through the day. Just don't worry. You know you have it. It's honestly all mental for me, my preparation. I like to listen to music a lot before I run. And I just I really get focused. I'm like, okay, it's time to shine. It's time to break through. Just relax and go.
For myself, I start preparing 48 hours before, so that 48-hour mark, I make sure to get good night's sleep, make sure that I'm hydrating correctly, and then night before, I kind of have the same meals. I definitely carb up before my races, and then just right before the race, I'm just having fun, spending time with my team, and just getting focused on the race.
What was the hardest practice you've ever been through in cross country?
In my opinion, I think my hardest practice, I think it was last week. It was really hard, but I honestly think it really helped us. It was 2 1,000s, 2 800s, 2 400s, 200s. It was so much. It was almost 5,000 total almost. Yeah, it was really hard, but I know that like those hard practices, the hard workouts, they're just going to make us better in the future.
I can honestly agree. We've done that workout twice this season, and
Yeah.
both times have been very challenging. However, it's going to just push us to be better and show off in our different races as we close up the season.
Definitely.
Very impressive. Coach, what made you want to coach cross country?
As a former runner for Altoona Area High School, my inspiration for the team unity, for the family that I was able to build, I wanted to be able to give back to my school, give back to the community, and build a team that inspires people to understand that this is something that they can take with them. It's not always just about the sport. It's not always about racing, receiving medals or trophies, but it's everything that the ladies can build as they work as a team, as an individual, working together inside the classroom, outside the classroom, and with the community.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us on the Lions Den. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the MLTV YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for more AAHS Sports Talk.